I got off the train this morning at about 9:30 from the gym. It was approximately a 2-minute walk from the train station back to my house, which made the pouring rain seem a little less miserable. I entered our estate as usual, expecting to see the whole thing completely deserted, as it regularly was, but instead I saw an unfamiliar woman getting out of a red car holding a large box. Our family had known the people in our area for a long time. No one ever moved, no one ever left. It was probably the reason this felt so strange, but I just presumed this was a new resident just settling in, so I gave her a smile. She was dressed in a red raincoat, navy blue jeans, and ridiculously shiny red rain boots. Her face was pale, like you'd think a ghost would be, and yet again a red shade of lipstick. She stared at me for a while before smiling back and quickly turned around. Her movements were almost like a robot's, very controlled and almost impeccably repetitive. My mom had left a key underneath the plant pot in the open garage as she had went out to her local city, which was just about a half an hour away by car. That meant I was home alone, as my older brother was working. I got in, locked the door behind me, and jumped straight into the shower, eager to rinse off the sweat from my body. By this time I had almost erased the lady in red from my memory completely and brushed it off without any further thoughts. I dried myself off, put some clothes on, and sat down in my chair, ready to start up my PC. Just before I pressed the button activating my computer, I heard an incredibly loud knock on the door. One only my family do, as we had a ring doorbell which strangers usually use. I ran downstairs, looked through the people, but to my surprise, it was the lady in red. "Hello?" I asked. I just wanted to find out what she wanted, so I could start on my Minecraft server as quickly as possible. "Hello," she replied in an eerily slow way. "Are you, alone?" she asked very peculiarly. "Yes. May I ask why?" "No reason. Just curious as to why a young boy of your age was to be left all on his own, that's all." I was 15, so I didn't get these type of comments regularly. I thought it was a little creepy at first. "Sorry, but why is it any of your business?" I snapped back defensively. Her body had jolted up as I had said this, as if a robot had just been powered on. "I'm sorry, I'm just thinking for your... She paused for a moment. "Well-being," she remarked. "Look, lady, how about you find someone else to do instead of bothering teenagers to find out if they're home alone or not?" She laughed slowly and creepily. "I'm sorry, but I must insist I come in and make sure you are supervised." I immediately replied with, "No thanks, my mom's coming back soon, I'll be alright." I didn't want to wait for a response as I quickly shut the door in her face and ran back up to my room and instantly texted my mom. She said she should be straight back and left right away from her beauty appointment. After about 15 minutes, I figured I'd better get some breakfast, as I was starving at this point. So I went downstairs, checked the ring doorbell to make sure the lady had gone, and went into the kitchen to get myself some cereal. As my mom got back, I immediately told her what happened, and we had decided to check the doorbell footage and call the cops. We went through the footage, nothing was there, just me talking to an empty doorway. The heart stopped. My mom then scolded me before giving me a lecture about how not to make stuff up like that. Despite how much I tried to convince her, nothing worked, and as she drove back to her appointment, leaving me alone again. I sat down on the couch and began to watch the zombie show I was watching, and down to the 10th season, there wasn't much to go. After a couple episodes and about 3 hours of binge watching, I got a text from my mom again, saying how she was going to be out for the rest of the day, so don't bother her. I was furious, but there was nothing I could do. I went into the kitchen and got myself a drink. I entered the kitchen. Through the window, I could almost see a woman trying to peer into the house. It was the lady in red. I banged on the window and told her to fuck off, and if she came again, I'd get the cops involved. She didn't take this lightly, as she gave me a look of pure hatred before she walked away. This made my heart sink. I couldn't text my mom, my brother. I didn't know what to do, so I went up to my bedroom, locked the door, and shut the curtains in the window. I felt a sense of safety now. I didn't even realize the time was 2 o'clock already. I was terrified of the thought of how long she was really out there for, watching me. Unaware of her intentions, I tried to put this in the past by logging onto my PC. I thought I'd have a quick session. Hours passed as I played Minecraft for God knows how long. The clock read 9:10, so I thought I would call it a day on my PC. So I got in bed and watched some more of my TV show. I hadn't had anything to do with the lady in red since, so I thought that was it. My mom still wasn't home, my brother was going to be at a bar for a couple more hours. He had just finished work. I rolled onto my left side in bed. My curtains were closed, but there was a small enough gap to see through outside. About 6 inches. I thought about dozing off and calling it a night before I saw a familiarity's smooth, shiny red surface. It looked like a coat, which made my heart stop. It must be the lady in red. I opened the window instantly, but to my relief, nothing was there. This time, I left the curtains open, the window locked, and I was aware. I dozed off for a while before I woke up. At this time, it was now pitch black, but I could see an image through the window. The lady in red, again. This time I was convinced something was there. She was staring at me blankly without emotion. She looked like she had something in her hands. A knife. I unlocked the door, quickly opened it, but as soon as I did so, the image of her vanished. I must have been hallucinating, I thought to myself. But to my devastation, I had realized my grave mistake. The image was a reflection.